Alton Towers is reopening and many things have changed since last season.
Today we are talking about our thoughts for the park's reopening in a week's time.
So the first positive of this new theme park season is the Curse at Alton Manor. This is obviously the new attraction, the dual remake, so to say. But we both think it's going to be a really great ride. They've taken a fairly average attraction with not much personality, and they've really given it a story. They've given it something to build on. Obviously, this Emily Alton's storyline does look very exciting, but overall, they can really use it as something to build on, and it's going to make the ride experience really good. I mean, usually I just did dual because it was a nice sit down, to be honest, but hopefully now they've done these improvements, then it's going to be a ride that you can really enjoy and an experience which can truly be cherished by all of the family.
Yeah, and dual really did need a retheme. You know, some of the special effects were no longer working, so it was really critical that this retheme's come, and we're both really looking forward to riding it. So that's definitely a positive. Looking forward into this season. The great development we want to talk about in this video is the sort of updates to the whole Phalanx storyline that from the map look like will be coming round to the park. So that'll be really interesting to see, especially with Nemesis reopening next season. I'm very intrigued as to how this pans out, and with some rumours about the potential reopening of Nemesis Subterra, I'm really excited to see how it all comes together. So, yeah, exciting developments.
Yeah, I mean, for me, for that point to be valid, Nemesis Subterra must reopen. We've done a video on this before, so go and watch that after you've watched this, of course. But we really need that because capacity is going to be bad, which we'll come on to later, and it's also an amazing opportunity to enhance this ongoing storyline with the Phalanx, with the Nemesis makeover. It should be a really good opportunity, and I think Alton Towers would be incredibly stupid to miss out on this.
Yeah, 100%, I agree. Now is the best time ever to revitalise the area of Forbidden Valley. Now is the time to make the developments to bring it back to relevancy, especially with the Phalanx theme and all this coming to the park. So now is the best time to replace something in Subterra's place, whether that's Subterra itself or something else. Now is the opportunity, so we really want Alton Towers to capitalise on that.
Of course, this does bring us on to one of the first negatives of the theme park reopening, and this is going to be the absolutely terrible selection of flat rides. I mean, they've binned off Roller Disco, which is probably a good thing, but then they're just replacing Enterprise, a permanent flat ride, with a new roller. What are they even called? I don't even know. They're all stupid though. These selection of permanent, non-permanent flat rides. It's just a complete waste of time. I mean, for me, the only quality flat rides at Alton Towers are the Blade and Marauder's Mayhem, and I think that's sad, but at the end of the day, what more can you say about our current flat ride situation? I mean, we've got video, so go and watch that as well. But, I mean, this is just shameless, but so is the Alton Towers flat ride selection. It's just a complete waste of time. Just ride the roller coasters.
It is an absolute tragedy, to be fair, the whole sort of situation with the flat rides. I mean, just look to other Merlin parks, like Thorpe Park. Their flat ride selection is absolutely peak in comparison to Alton Towers. The flat rides are intense, enjoyable, and often have short queues, which complements sort of a good roller coaster lineup perfectly. Whereas in Alton Towers, after Ripsaw, it's just completely gone downhill.
I mean, I get it's difficult with building above the tree line, but Merlin have worked their magic so many times in regards to the roller coasters, and I don't see how it's that difficult to do with flat rides. I mean, there's plenty of incredible flat rides which you could get at Alton Towers, and it would improve the park's experience so much.
Yeah, so in conclusion, what the park really needs, they need to steer away from these sort of non-permanent sort of quick fixes that they're going for with the retro squad rides. I mean, it's just the most pointless thing possible. It's probably costing them a lot of money, and it's not permanent in any way. It doesn't solve the throughput issues. It doesn't do anything for the park, and the retro squad rides themselves aren't actually very good. So, you know, it's costing the money, not good, doesn't solve any of the problems, so what's the point? That's the issue with these. So, I think what Alton Towers really need to do is maybe bring some permanent sort of flat ride fixtures to the park, and that's probably one of the biggest negatives for this season and at Alton Towers in general. So yeah, we're interested to see how they solve this problem in the future.
And this issue does lead us on to our other negative, which is the terrible throughput of attractions.
Yeah, the real issue now with Alton Towers is obviously with Nemesis gone. Nemesis, it's a bit sort of silent in the background. Like, it's not spoken about as much as, say, the newer rides like Wicker Man and Smiler, but what it does provide is a constant, solid throughput. It's very rarely closed, and it's always sort of getting people in and through. It's really good for capacity, but now with that being closed, it does really raise concerns as to the stability of the throughput at Alton Towers. Like, and with nothing sort of significant replacing it other than the Curse at Alton Manor, it does raise questions, and that's why I think Alton Towers should have brought a permanent fixture flat ride in this season, whether that's bringing back Subterra in some form or a new flat ride anywhere in the park. I mean, they really had to do that to fix this throughput issue, but it doesn't look like they have, and that really is a big negative for the park.
I think you've summarised it quite well, to be honest. There's not much more I can add about that. So we do move on to the next section of the video, which is the highly esteemed random roller coaster. This is where we refresh our CDB and whatever roller coaster comes up, we have a rant about. So the first ride on today's random roller coaster section is Speed Mouse in France, in Nonneville.
Île-de-France, France.
Please shut up. Right, so this is a defunct spinning wild mouse.
And judging by the pictures, it's probably a good thing that it is defunct.
I mean, it's made by Revachon, so I don't even know what to think about that. Anyway, moving swiftly on from this abomination.
Do we get something good for once?
Nope. 88 Train, made by Michaud Amusement Rides. This is again defunct, so don't be going out to South Korea to ride this anytime soon, because you'll be very disappointed.
Forever in Myeongdong, Seoul, we will be sure to check out this park because it looks pretty good.
It doesn't look good. I mean, there's no other rides inside. I don't even think the park's even open anymore.
It's not even open.
I said we were going to do two, but these have been crap, so we will treat you to another one. We get Thunderbird at Powerland in Finland. This is operating, and it goes 50 miles per hour, has a height of 80 feet, and it's made by GCI.
I would ride this. This looks like an interesting roller coaster.
Yeah, I definitely think the whole Finland area is a place that I do want to get to ride some roller coasters. So I think this is definitely going to be one which goes on our bucket list. So, 1 out of 3. It's not great, but let's move on to GP of the Week. Now this is where we find someone who doesn't know what they're talking about and relentlessly bully them. That's a joke. So here we have a tragic video of an accident that took place at Thorpe Park on the 7th of April 2016. Getting off the sound, it sounds terrible. I mean, what on earth is that? Credit to whoever made that, because it truly is an incredible video. But if you thought that video was real, congratulations, my friend. You are GP of the Week.
I mean, that editing was class. Can we just point that out there?
Yeah, but you can literally see it dip below the tree lines. I mean, if you thought that was real, you are the GP of the Week.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe with notification bells clicked for more incredible content just like this, where I will make fun of you.
I'm sorry. Please, I'm so sorry.